Hello children, how are you all? I hope all of you are fine. Today I am continuing the topic equality. In the last class I told you about some inequalities which are accepted and some inequalities which are not accepted. And I also told you about the concept of equality. Today we will study about the dimensions of equality. There are three dimensions of equality. One is political, then second is economic equality, then there is a social equality. Let's first know what is political equality. Political equality means if you are living in a country, in a society, and you are having all the rights which a citizen should get, then that is called the political equality. Now, what kind of rights a citizen should be having? First is he should be the member of, if he is a member of the society or a country, then certainly he should be having the citizenship of that country. Then next is all the fundamental rights or the rights which have been given in the constitution of that particular country or country's constitution. All those rights also a person or a member of the society should be having. All these rights also include right to freedom, and right to freedom also include right to move from one place to another place, then right to speak or we can say expression, and the most important right, that is a political right, is right to vote. Next is social equality. Now, what is social equality? Social equality means in the society, a person should not be discriminated on the basis of caste and creed, and he should have equal opportunity and facilities. Facilities means whatever the resources are there, they should be equally distributed in the society. Under the social equality, each and every person belonging from any caste, any section of the society should get the basic needs which are necessary for the survival. For example, food, shelter, medical facilities, treatment. Good treatment means good behavior to the people. We have seen that not only in Indian society but in other societies also there have been discrimination against many sections of the society or the people belonging some groups or some religion and some caste. In India also it has been practiced for a long period of time. And right to inheritance of property should be there, and that should be also equal to each and every person, that is male or female, or whether they are sons or daughters. Both should have the right. And the most important thing in the social equality is females should not be exploited, and they should also get the equal chance and opportunities. Then third, the most important thing is that the economic equality. Economic equality is related with the economic condition of the people, means, and it is also related with economic, and the economic equality is also related with the equal opportunities the person gets for the development and for the getting the chance for its livelihood. So equal opportunity and equal means economic equality also includes that equitable distribution of resources. Equitable distribution of resources means, we have seen in the previous class that in the world, at the world level also, and at the in every countries, some persons are very rich, and the money is concentrated. Most of the income of the country is concentrated only in some hands. That is concentration of money, and concentration of money brings power, and then again this power brings economic status higher than before, and that results discrimination in the society. So it is very necessary that there should be a system so that there is equitable distribution of resources. Means it is not like that everyone should get the equal that is payment or equal income, but certainly there the gap between the rich and poor should not be so broad, like the gap between rich and poor should not be so broad that it just creates a worst situation in the society. But certainly when some people will become so rich and some people will become very poor and middle classes will be there, then certainly there are all the three classes are there in every society, but the difference, that is difference in the wealth status should not be much. If a person is there, he is not having, and some section of the society is there, they are not having shelter and food and clothes, and some are there who are having a very and spending very lavish life, as we are seeing in India nowadays, and in other countries also there this situation, we can see this situation in other societies also, not only in our country. So this gap certainly brings inequality, which creates violence also in the society, and some chaotic condition also, which is not good for the development of the country, and for it is not an ideal society. So there is a need to bring the change. We have studied about political equality. Political equality is not enough, because it also needs, if we want that ideal society should be there, then certainly there is a need of equal distribution of wealth also, and equal opportunities also. For that we need social equality also, and we need economic equality also, so that the gap between the rich and poor could be minimized. Now let's know some ideologies. There are some ideologies and upon which the concept of equality has been developed, has been discussed by these thinkers, and which are necessary to know. Just let's know the Marxism. This theory was propounded by Marx. He was a socialist thinker, and he also propounded the concept of communism. And then we can say that what does Marx say? Marx is, as I told you, that he prefers the theory of socialism. Socialism means all the factors of the production will be under the control of the government. Here what happens, all the resources and natural resources of the country are utilized by the government, and all the industries, especially all the big and heavy industries, are owned and run by the government, and people get chance to do the jobs also, and whatever the profit is there, it is of the government, and the government uses those profits for the welfare of the people. Here there is a very less chance for the people who are very rich, and there is a chance for equal distribution of wealth, and means economic condition में there is a very less chance that differences between rich and poor, यानी रिच एंड पुअर के बीच ज़्यादा डिफरेंसेस नहीं होते हैं, एंड इकोनॉमिक कंडीशन को स्मूथली रन किया जा सकता है, राइट. तो द मार्क्स इज देयर एंड ही इज इन द फेवर ऑफ सोशलिज्म, एंड ही वाज ऑलवेज इन द अगेंस्ट ऑफ कैपिटलिज्म. He said that according to the theory of capitalism, private ownership is there and private entrepreneurs get the chance and they are free to establish industries. No doubt they are giving opportunities to the youth for getting jobs, but whatever the profit is there, all the profits are in the hands of the owners, and they use the resources only for getting profits, and they utilize all the workers, exploit them, they give less pay, very less payment, they get all the profits with them, and they take a lot of work and for a long period of long hours of work from the workers, and after that they give very less payment. It was a thinking of the Marx, and he propounded in Das Kapital. He has Das Kapital is the book written by Karl Marx, and Karl Marx ने in this book में बहुत डिटेल में किस तरीके से इंटरप्रेनर्स वर्कर्स के साथ बिहेव करते हैं एंड व्हाट इज़ द रिजल्ट. और उसने यही बोला था कि एक टाइम आएगा मिडिल क्लास ख़त्म हो जाएगा, बट एंड ओनली कैपिटलिस्ट एंड वर्कर्स विल बी देयर, बट इट वॉज नॉट देयर. हालांकि हमारे पास हर सोसाइटी में, हर कंट्री में नाउअडेज वी आर हैविंग मिडिल क्लासेस ऑल्सो, बट सो मेनी पॉइंट्स विच मार्क्स described in the book Das Kapital is still prevailing today. So that's why we in the theory of the Karl Marx we study, and that is also relevant in today's life and today's means time. Only because some points whatever he has said, like for example exploitation of workers, which is going on nowadays also, whether they are doctors, engineers or whatever they are, and in a big industries and companies they are working, they also know that some way or the other they are exploited, and whatever the work and talent they are doing and whatever the talent they are having, they are not paid according to that. And this was, and Karl Marx has described and in a very detailed way, and the children, if you wish you can read this book. This is very good book. And then next is the liberalism. According to the liberal thinkers, there should be a chance and there should be a freedom to the private entrepreneurs, because private entrepreneurs are having talent and capability, managerial capacity and capital also, so that they could start and establish industries. And when they are establishing industries, then certainly it is giving economic growth, social growth and infrastructural growth of the country also. This is also truth, because if there is a private ownership and is establishing industries, then certainly they are giving the chance to the youths for what? Use for getting jobs. This is also very important and this is also beneficial for the country. That's why we study this liberalism also. That's why we study liberalism also, and liberalism is also very important because it gives freedom to private ownership. Freedom to private ownership. So this is a concept which is accepted and relevant today also. The reason behind that is that according to the liberalism, if private ownership is there, then there is a competition, and due to the competition there is a production of best quality goods. And at the same time, people are just developing their skills at the best level. And in the government job, private for the getting the private job also, students and youths are just trying to develop their skills, talent and ability to the best level and to the at the level of the need for the particular company where they want to get the job. So this is also good that they are creating competitiveness in the youth and they are developing their talent. So this is also we can see that it is also having some positive points, that youths are now paying attention for the development of their skill and they are taking a lot of training also, which are making them skilled workers. This is also a positive point for a society. Then we can see that we have seen that concept of Marxist also and the concept of liberalism also. Now how it is related with equality? Children, we have read about Marxism also, liberalism also. Again the question comes, what is then equality? Why it is related and how these concepts are related with it? Liberalism is not concerned so much about equality, it is concerned about only the competitiveness in the society, which brings our best skills and which develops the skills in the youth, and youth just get the training, a different variety of training for train themselves so that they could be fitted for the need of the time. So then how it is here, then what is the in nutshell what are the concepts of the equality? Here again we can see here that equality is abolition of all types of unaccepted inequalities or the inequalities which are not acceptable or morally we should not accept. The abolition of all these types of inequalities is really the concept to bring equality in the society. For example, we have studied that there should not be discrimination on the basis of race, religion and This is not good that we are discriminating the people, that you are from this caste, from this religion, so you should not do this, and you don't have right to vote, you don't have right to get education, you don't have right to medical facilities. So this is not accepted. But the inequalities, like for example, if women are there and they need security, they should be provided. So men cannot say that we also need security. If they need also, then they should also be provided, right? Then the next is for the special especially able people are there. They should be given facilities and opportunities and the special privileges which are needed for them. Especially able people, if they are getting, if the government is doing for them something and they are giving some special privileges to the especially able people, then everyone will accept this. So this is a this is a way and this is a measure through which the government wants to bring equality in the society, and which is accepted also to everyone, right? And then so in nutshell we can say that in this way we can bring the equality in the society, and we can have, and we may develop an ideal society in our country. So children, I think all of you have understood all the important points I have discussed, and that's all for today children. Thank you. Have a nice day.